Canada's Sports Hall of Fame and the Guelph Games bring you My Canadian Moment, uniting through sport.
My favorite Canadian moment is sort of an ongoing one and stems all the way back to 2006. In 2006, we came together as a group in London, Ontario with the men's national team. The team hadn't won a gold medal since 1978, which was the first time that the Canadian national team had won a world championship. We were in London, Ontario, and on the shoulders of Chris Sanderson, one of the most decorated international goalies of all time. We ended up winning our second world championship, very much the underdog, in a great game versus the United States. After that, the next world championship took place in 2010, and Chris was diagnosed with brain cancer, GBM brain tumor. At that time, it was very shocking for all of us. It was very sad, and we were all obviously very concerned. I think what's incredible about that is that Chris took time, a substantial amount of time off of chemotherapy, ultimately, giving up time with his two daughters, Stevie and Clementine, and his wife, Brogan. We went into that tournament, and the performance that Chris put on as an athlete, let alone someone who was battling cancer, was something to be marveled about. Chris was incredible. Again, decorated as an all-world goaltender, and unfortunately, we weren't able to put together that win for Chris at that time. Moving into the 2014 World Championships, we lost Chris, and another great friend and our backup goaltender in 2006, Kyle Miller. Chris was a big Tragically Hip fan, and unfortunately, we lost Gord Downey to the same type of cancer that we lost Chris to. In 2014, we spent a substantial amount of time together over the month of July, and over that period of time, all that you heard, during our time together as a group was the Tragically Hip. And it was a really special thing, as it was it was an honor to Chris, and he was a big hip fan, and he had a jean jacket that he always wore to all the hip concerts that he went to, and that jacket was handed out in 2014 to the player of the game that was sort of selected by the previous player that won that jacket. It was very special for us, and a very culturally shifting moment. We ended up winning in 2014 in Denver in a very dominant performance over the United States, and it was an incredible experience, and certainly honored the fact that we lost a great friend and a great leader and an incredible competitor. Dylan Ward was named the MVP of that tournament and awarded the jean jacket at the end of the tournament for his performance. And moving into the 2018 World Championships, today, looking back at that, it was a challenge, as we lost another architect to the program in Dave Huntley. Coach Huntley was an incredible leader and a great friend of mine, and ultimately one of the architects of Canadian lacrosse who paved the way for a lot of Canadian players to pursue their NCAA dreams. In 2018, the same thing. The Tragically Hip echoed through the halls of our hotel in Netanya, Israel, and continues to be the only thing that is played during that period of time with the Canadian men's national team. So my Canadian moment stems over a 12-year period, but it's really the culturalization and reculturalization of the Canadian men's national lacrosse team, and our homage to a guy who put his life on the line and put his time with his family on the line to compete and to help us win. So to this day, the men's national team blares the Tragically Hip in honor of Chris and you know, what he meant to the men's national team program.
This moment brought to you by AMJ Campbell. Share your favorite Canadian sport moment. Use hashtag MyCanadianMoment. Uniting through sport.